Fishing has kept me out of trouble. So I've been fishing just about all of my life, starting with bass fishing with my dad when I was like 4 or 5 years old. But I never really like loved it until I started doing it myself. So I took maybe like a 3-4 year break, and within those 3-4 years I was like a teenager, out drinking, out doing bad teenager stuff, things I'm not supposed to be doing. And then I started fishing again, and it was like the connection that I made with nature and the people I was fishing with. It felt really real compared to like going out and drinking with a bunch of people. I mean, it's fun, but I never really felt a real connection with people when I was doing that. So ever since I started fishing, I have a different outlook on life now, and I feel like my values have shifted a little bit. So we're on the way to Kent Narrows, Maryland, and this place has fish running through it literally all night long. They're nothing huge, but they're guaranteed fish. And what we're doing is I'm bringing 2 new fishermen along with us. 2 new fishermen along with us, and I'm going to show them how to catch a bunch of little fish. Now, these fish are really easy to catch. The hard part is finding them. We have found a really awesome spot, and this is going to be a great place to introduce new fishermen.
A lot of my love for water right now comes from the experience that I had in the past year of surfing, again, probably 4 or 5 days a week. Just being in the water. And
love for water. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think that my most recent memory of fishing was fishing in Yosemite with you on Lake Vernon, right? Fishing for rainbow trout. And I caught one, was unable to reel it in successfully. It got away. And I think in my attempts after that to try to catch one, I ended up reeling in or catching the thing on a tree. So
I will specify. I'll take over the story here.
I don't really
So
I don't know what I was doing.
We are in magnificent Yosemite National Park. We've been given a fishing rod by a park ranger because the lakes are just full of rainbow trout, and he just felt like he had to give it to us before he went back to the station. And so we're fishing. I catch a rainbow trout on my first cast, which was just amazing. I mean, this lake is gorgeous. We're up
pristine alpine lake.
We're up in the mountains in this bowl of granite, and then you just pull out this beautiful fish. I mean, it's just, and this is also the start of the morning. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing more you want to do than roast a fish on a campfire. So I passed the rod to Sarah. I'm just what? Success feels like it's guaranteed. You're seeing tons of action on the surface of the water. Fish are feeding. Sarah, unsuccessfully, tries to land a fish, and then proceeds to snag a log, snag a tree, and then loses our only lure. And that was the end of our Yosemite fishing adventure. So,
but the fish that we did have was delicious.
In other words, Sarah is a fishing expert. So, you have never caught a fish before. You've come very close.
I've caught minnows.
All right, Sarah, that doesn't catch. You can't. Catching minnows in your aquarium does not count.
Not in my aquarium, in a lake.
Okay, Sarah, we are all very impressed with your fishing record.
Thank you. As you should be.
Okay, so this will be your first, we'll say, quote-unquote, real fish.
Okay.
What do you think your expression is going to look like when you first cast that fish? If you could just show it to us. What's it going to look like when you first hook on?
You know what? I think it might just be a terrified look, because what if I lose it again? I've already felt that sense of loss from when you hook the fish, but then you can't reel it in, and I'm not very confident in my abilities to seal the deal.
So you're gonna have a terrified face on.
I probably will.
I think I probably guilt tripped her too much for losing that trout in lure in Yosemite.
You can see that it's really scarred about losing this one.
So what I've gathered so far is, Andrea, you keep saying that Sarah has never caught a fish, but Sarah has not yet said, I have never caught a fish.
Right. I've caught minnows and crawfish.
She's almost caught a fish.
We're not talking about bayfish.
Well,
We ain't talking about bayfish.
Fond memories of catching those minnows, Anthony.
Listen.
So she has caught fish. Minnows.
Minnows. Okay. Sarah,
They're in the fish family.
Sarah is an experienced minnow hunter.
This is a step up from minnows, because they're not huge. They're just they're like this big.
Oh, you know what's crazy about this is that catching schoolies, since Sarah is such an experienced minnow hunter, catching
really
schoolies
good.
for Sarah is going to be like you catching like a 80-pound swordfish. You know? Before Brendan takes any person fishing, he likes to get a feel for who they are as a hunter of fish.
You've revolutionized fishing in that you started this whole trend of micro fishing, whereas there's no pressure to catch the biggest fish anymore. It's about catching the smallest fish.
Right, because this is the thing with the small fish. It's not about the one fish, man. It's about the collective, the group. You don't leave it. You don't single anyone out.
All right, so Sarah, what is your favorite method to catch these microfish?
Net all the way, man. That's the only way to go.
Are you holding out on something? Is there a give us the inside scoop? What's the real secret? And this is gonna be off camera. We're just gonna have this for just so that I can re-listen to it. Yeah.
The real secret? Fishing in the nude, man.
Fishing in the nude?
You just gotta go out skinny dipping. You go with your net, you get a lot more. It's all about the small fish. The small fish is where it's at.
So let's explain what we're using for bait. Sarah, this should be pretty familiar to you. This is a minnow, okay? And this is what's running as bait around this bay area right now. And we're throwing these out, trying to mimic or imitate a small bait fish. And it's really easy to do. So I'm gonna show Sarah how to do it real quick. So now, have you used a rod and reel before, Sarah?
Yes.
Yes.
Unsuccessfully.
Unsuccessfully.
We were fishing and somebody got it kind of caught. I don't know. Something happened.
Okay, got tangled up around the spool. Okay.
She was a real pain.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
So just keep an eye out on this, especially when it gets dark. It might get tangled, and that'll be a big pain in the ass.
Yes.
So, finger on the line, open the spool,
Okay.
and what we're gonna want to do is cast it, depending on which way the water is moving. If the water's moving this way, you're gonna want to cast it that way and let it drift down.
Okay.
If the water is moving this way, you're gonna cast it that way, let it drift in. So right now the water is moving that way. So which way are you gonna cast?
That way.
Aaron, so do you remember what it was like? Look at Sarah over there.
See, I feel like that was just me yesterday. I'm not the expert, you know? I'm used to being in that position.
You having a good time?
Look at it. Do you see it?
I don't see it.
No fish.
It was too cold, and the fish weren't in yet.
So we're hiding in the car.
So we're hiding in the car because it's freezing out.
We've opted out of misery. Sarah, how are your hands?
My hands are the only part of me that's cold.
How do you feel you're doing this so far? Have you mastered casting?
No.
How do you feel about casting?
I've learned a lot about it so far. I've learned that you can't do it with mittens on. What is in this holiday pie? I can't tell. It looks like
Mustard.
eggs, but that would be really
I
great.
thought it was eggs too.
Custard.
Oh, you
Adventure.
did? What?
I just said adventure.
Adventure.
Right, Sarah.
Hey, there it is. See? Right there. You see? Wait, how fast do I reel this in?
Is it really strong?
No.
Okay, then try and bring it up. But if it starts pulling you really fast, let it do that for a little bit.
Oh!
Go! Not bad, right?
The
Sarah.
poor fish.
Sarah, you have to kiss
That's
it.
a nice one. Give it a kiss.
You have to kiss it, Sarah.
I'll kiss it from
On the
here.
top of
No,
the head.
Sarah, you have to kiss on the top of the head.
Yeah, do I have to?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you
No,
have to.
you have to.
Sarah.
Will it survive?
It will survive.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%
I don't want to
sure.
kill it.
You're not gonna kill it.
How do I hold it?
Put your thumb in its mouth like that so we can.
Will it? Can it?
No, it won't bite. But pinch it hard.
Just pinch it. Don't be afraid.
Deeper in. Put your finger release it. Do you want it to live?
You have
I want it to live.
Hurry up then. Hurry
Hurry
up.
up, Sarah. Sorry, you gotta hurry.
I have to
Put your
try to
finger-
hold it
you have to-
again
Yep,
like
you have
this.
to hold it again. Hold it
And
tight.
just throw it in.
Yep.
It's alive still.
So we accomplished our goal this week of hooking up our new fisherman, Sarah, on her very first fish. Even though it was bitter, bitter cold and very windy out, basically couldn't feel our fingers anymore by the time we wanted to leave. And Andreas even tried out Sarah's secret fishing method of fishing in the nude.
It didn't work out so well.
Oh my gosh.
Andres, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
What if you went under there with a GoPro?
No!
See if there's
No!
any